I still can't get over what we just watched. There are moments on the PGA Tour that just feel bigger than a regular Sunday finish. You know that feeling when everything slows down, when one swing can flip an entire season? That was this week. And what happened on that final hole? It wasn't just about talent. It was about nerve, about patience, about something most fans don't even realize is happening behind the scenes. This wasn't just another win. It was a statement. It was redemption. And it happened at a place that demands something extra from you, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And trust me, the way it unfolded, you couldn't script it better. If you're a real PGA Tour fan and you felt that tension through the screen, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button and subscribe. PGA Tour Today is a brand new channel, and we're pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers. If you live for Sundays like this, you're in the right place. All right, let's talk about what really happened out there. This was Collin Morikawa's first PGA Tour win since 2023. Let that sink in. For a guy with 2 majors, for someone we've all expected to contend every single season, that's a long drought. And to end it at AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, at Pebble Beach Golf Links, one of the most iconic golf courses on the planet, that's not random. That's storybook stuff. He stepped onto the 18th hole knowing exactly what he needed. Birdie or better. Par wasn't going to cut it. And the 18th at Pebble, a par 5 hugging the Pacific, can give you eagles and birdies, but it can also humble you real fast. He hits his drive, puts himself in position, but then comes the part nobody talks about enough. He had over 200 yards in, wind screaming in from the left, and then everything stopped. He had to wait more than 20 minutes. Why? Because Jacob Bridgman hit his approach into the beach, then into the water. And while that was unfolding, Morikawa is just standing there, pacing back and forth, cameras locked on him, the tournament on pause. That is a mental battle most people can't even imagine. You start thinking, 220 to the front, 236 to the hole. Do I start it more left because of the wind? Do I adjust because I just saw someone bail left? Do I play safe? Do I attack? And that's exactly what he said he refused to do. After the round, talking to Dan Rappaport, Morikawa admitted the last thing he wanted was to think about the shot. Because once you start stacking numbers in your head in that moment, it spirals. So, what did he do? He stared at the ocean. I love that. I absolutely love that. He said he just kept pacing and staring at the water, the rocks, the birds, anything but the golf shot. Being an LA guy, a West Coast guy, that backdrop wasn't intimidating. It was home. He grew up looking at that same Pacific Ocean, and instead of letting Pebble's history overwhelm him, he let it calm him. Think about that. Some players would feel crushed by the weight of Pebble Beach, all those US Opens, all that history. Instead, he looked at the water and forgot about everything else in life. That's maturity. That's growth. And when he finally stepped up and hit it, he flushed it, settled just right of the green. Safe, controlled, smart. And from there, he closed it out with a birdie 4 on the par 5 18th to secure his 7th PGA Tour victory. But here's the part that makes this even bigger. This win came out of nowhere. He missed the cut at the Sony Open in Hawaii to start 2026. Missed the cut. Then he finishes tied for 54th at the WM Phoenix Open. That's not trending toward a win. That's the kind of start that makes fans nervous. And even he admitted it. He said he came into the year feeling really good about his game. then 2 rounds at Sony, and suddenly you're questioning everything. Do I need to redo the last 2 months? Did I get it all wrong? That's the pressure of being Collin Morikawa. Results matter. And over the last year, maybe even 3 years in his mind, he hasn't seen the results he expects from himself. But here's where it gets interesting. He credited his sports psychologist, Rick Sessinghaus. He said if you could tap into their phone calls over the last week and a half, a lot of it was about being able to go low again, about sustaining momentum, about proving to himself he can string rounds together. That's huge, because physically, Morikawa has always had it. Elite iron player, one of the purest swings on tour. But golf at this level? It's between the ears. Especially when you're standing over a 200-plus yard shot with the tournament on the line and 20 minutes of doubt trying to creep in. Whatever Sessinghaus told him that week, it showed up on 18. This wasn't just a birdie. This was proof. Proof that he's still that guy. Proof that the work is trending in the right direction. Proof that the momentum he's been chasing is real. And let's zoom out for a second. A win like this early in the season changes everything. FedEx Cup positioning, confidence heading into the big events, the majors conversation. When Morikawa is confident, he's dangerous anywhere, especially on major-style setups. And doing it at Pebble? That just hits different. This felt like a reset button moment for his career. Not because he was lost, but because the results finally matched the belief again. As fans, we've been waiting for this version of Morikawa to reappear. Calm under pressure, clinical, mentally locked in. And if this is the start of a real run, the rest of the PGA Tour better be paying attention. Because when Collin Morikawa is centered, confident, and trusting his process, he's a problem. What do you guys think? Is this the start of a huge season for him, or just one magical week at Pebble? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear where you stand. And if you love real PGA Tour conversations like this, honest takes, emotional Sundays, no robotic news reading, hit like and subscribe. PGA Tour Today is brand new. We're pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers, and if you're a true golf fan who lives for these moments, this is your community. What a week, what a finish, and honestly, what a reminder of why we love this game.